Hello, guys. So I'm about to really do this. So this surgery is Tuesday, May the 11th. I'm here now meeting with my doctor, um, finding out that I have to give myself 3 weeks of shots, injections for blood thinners because I have a history of breast cancer. So I have to make sure that I am good in that area and having Crohn's disease. So they have to make sure that I don't bleed. And get any blood clots. So I'm excited, but I'm also very nervous. Um, I know I'm covered. I know I'm good. But this is exciting. This really is a journey for me, and it's going to be life-changing and altering. But the main focus is not being in the ability to take blood pressure medicine and cancer pill for the rest of my life, and just gaining back control of my health. So that's the main focus right now, gaining back control. So I'm excited, and I have a great surgeon, so that's a plus. So I'll hit you up, guys, later. Bye.
We're doing whatever I'm talking. It's a complex interaction with my body, with my brain, and and my subconscious mind, right?
Right.
Same thing happens here. This surgery is not only changing your physical appearance, it's changing your chemical nature, it's changing your mental, it's changing your psychological state.
Right.
I tell people I can tell who is my pre-op person, who is my post-op person, based on the footsteps sound. Because the level of confidence changes with you. I mean, for the first 1 or 2 weeks, you're going to be feeling tired because it's a transition time. You're still struggling to get you enough fluid for some protein. By the end of the 1 month, you wake up, you look at your mirror, you tell yourself, wow, I'm the same person. Physically, you would not have changed much within a month, but psychologically, your energy levels wise, the way your outlook, the way you look at yourself, look within yourself, look outside yourself, is gonna be changing. It's inspiring for me to watch the transformation.
Right. And that's the biggest thing. I think that it's not a rush process to make this decision.
Sure.
Even though it took me 6 years to finally say, okay, I'm going to do it. But I felt like it took me that long because I was okay with the surgery, but I wasn't okay with the change of my mindset.
Sure. Yeah, right.
So my mindset wasn't changed far as being able to control my protein intake, being able to control that I have to take a vitamin every day, being able to control that I have to eat in smaller portions, I have to track my food, I have to be conscious about what I'm intaking. So as much as I love bread and butter, I got to be conscious enough to know that bread and butter may not love me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, sure.
And that it's not going to be a good feeling afterwards. So in gaining all of that knowledge and understanding and watching the path, my bad path, to want to change it to a good path, is where I got to the place where I could say, okay, I'm going to do this surgery because it's going to be the best thing for me now because my mentality and my mindset changed.
Sure.
So I'm prepared now that those two things changed, that now my body can change.
Sure, yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. This is no rush. I totally agree. You're smart to understand that. Again, it's a tool. You got to know how to handle the tool. This is made to work. This works. Science has proven this works. But a person has to mentally prepare. Research has clearly shown that people who are well prepared to take the surgery are the ones who will be extremely successful even after. It's not a quick fix, but it's a lifetime commitment. But you're doing it for a reason, and you will enjoy the new life after that.
And thank you for journeying with me and getting me to the place that I can be confident enough to do it.
Absolutely. We'll be here to help you, and before and after surgery, we have a full team here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Very good. So the stomach is a big bag. It accommodates almost like 2 liters, 1.52 liters. We actually put a measuring tube, which is 1.3 centimeters in diameter, and start to staple and cut the stomach out. So this part of the stomach is coming out of your body. It goes to the pathology department. What's left out only this tube. It looks like a small banana. Now the final volume will be 4 to 5 ounces.
Right.
So again, as we talked, the mechanism of how the surgery works is basically, it restricts the amount of food a person is eating. And also this is a part of the stomach that's actually notorious to produce certain signals to our brain that makes us to feel hungry. Certain chemicals that are produced from this part of the stomach also affects the motility of our intestine, and it does changes the chemical nature of our body. All those bad chemical numbers do go down after the surgery. Research has shown these changes happen within 48 hours after the surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, so eventually the targeted weight loss is about 60 to 65% over the course of 18 months time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the weight loss happens in the first year. So again, the surgery is like a tool. You got to work with the tool. Like I always tell people, like you got to work on 5 things. You should always be knowing how many calories you're taking daily.
Okay.
Not only you just document, and towards the end of the day you should look into it, because that gives you a little bit of subconscious, a little bit of control on how much you're eating and drinking. Making sure that you get 60 to 80 grams of protein daily and 64 to 80 ounces of liquids, and taking multivitamins for the rest of your life is very important. And the last but not least is exercise, 3 to 4 times a week of exercise, at least like 180 minutes, like 150 to 180 minutes. We're talking about 2.5 to 3 hours of exercise per week. If you keep doing those things, there's no reason for us to gain weight.
Okay.
So again, these surgeries are meant to work, and you got to work with it. The easy part is my part. The surgery typically takes about half an hour to 40 minutes. You'll be in the hospital for one night. You'll be able to go home next day. The same evening of surgery, you'll be able to drink some liquids while in the hospital. You'll be provided those 1 ounce cups. Each cup you got to drink in 4 sips. So you take a sip, wait for 10 minutes, take a sip, wait for 10 minutes for the first few hours. The reason being, now you're training your eyes, and you're also training your swallowing muscles to understand how much you can drink each time, and also how fast you can swallow. Once you're comfortable with using those cups, then once you train yourself, then you can take from the bottle straight. Always keep sipping. When you're talking to the family, you sip liquids. When you're walking, keep sipping liquids. That's one of the ways you can get you enough hydration to your body. And also the same with the protein also. Okay, so you typically will be coming to the hospital like 2 hours before surgery. You can actually drink like a regular Gatorade, not the red color. Any other color is okay. You can drink about 8 ounces just before you get into your car as you come to the hospital.
Okay.
It's just because the carbohydrate loading and some fluid hydration before surgery has shown for improved post-op recovery, less nausea, the tissue, turgor is better, the healing is a little bit better, so the patient does not have post-op nausea as much as as who takes, when compared to who takes a Gatorade. But make sure you finish it off before you get into your car.
Okay.
And then once you come to the pre-op holding area, your family can come with you. And then once they're ready, the anesthesiologist will call you in, and then your family has to take off. They'll be able to see you back on the floor later in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then the pre-op holding area, the anesthesiologist will be talking to you. They'll give some pre-medication. They'll get you IV lines, IV fluids, and you go into the operating room. It will take about 15-20 minutes for them to put you to sleep, prep everything, and then once I start my surgery, typically my average time for this surgery is about 35 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
And then some people do have a hernia, which is a weakness in the diaphragm. We call it hiatal hernia. We get a better visualization of while we are in the operating room. If you see any of those hiatal hernias, we'll fix it at the part of the surgery.
Okay.
This is to prevent post-op reflux and all those stuff. And then once surgery is done, you come to a post-op unit. We'll watch you there for an hour, make sure the pain is controlled, make sure the nausea is very well controlled. And then you go to the floor. On the floor, we expect you to be walking around in the afternoon, practicing those deep breathing exercises. You'll be provided with those incentive spirometer to take a deep breathing so that your lungs don't get expand. And you'll be provided with the pain medication, nausea medications, and some blood thinners, and prevention of blood clots.
Okay.
Next morning, the nutritionist will be talking to you. They'll have another brief class at the bedside to explain to you how to choose your diets, which the booklet has been provided to you. Again, they'll reinforce those things. And my team and also myself will be talking to you again the post-op day 1. By lunchtime, you should be able to go home. The average, like a mean stay in our hospital for this surgery is about 25 hours. From the time you come in, the time to leave is approximately 25 hours of stay.
Okay.
And we'll be seeing you back in 1 week in the office, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Thank you.